Getting ready for back to school with a box of retro games. What's inside the new VideoGamesMonthly.com for September 2021. We are now into September, and I'm sure I don't have to be telling the younger viewers this because all summer long they've been dreading this month to roll around. They've had to already go to the retail stores picking out the school supplies that they needed and picking out the wardrobe that everybody will judge you on from that first impression that you make. No pressure. I know it is stressful, certainly as a kid, to go back, start a new school year. For us adults, every day is basically just the same. I mean, nothing really changes in that department. But we certainly do live vicariously through our children. So, I mean, for ourselves, we're going to be picking out school lunches that the kids are going to be wanting to take to school every single day. No, you can't have Lunchables every single day. I sold that on my parents a while ago, and it didn't fly. Well, every other kid is having Lunchables. Well, not every other kid is you, is usually what my mother would tell me. VideoGamesMonthly.com may be the thing that you got prepped for school by, maybe playing some vintage Super Mario. I always remembered that when in between breaks at school, especially more so in high school, I would be coming back to friends' houses and usually playing retro games. Usually it was Mortal Kombat 2. So I'm all for the idea of attaching retro games somehow with back to school. And I'm sure there's a connection other than that. If you would like to have retro games delivered to your doorstep every single month, whether you are a youngling getting ready for school or you're an adult that has to deal with basically just the everydays all the time, every day is samesies for us. You can click the link down below. You can get the VideoGamesMonthly.com subscription box delivered to your doorstep, and you can relive your past. With that being said, we're going to go ahead and open up the newest offering from Video Games Monthly, which so happens again to be September. I know, stop reminding all of us it's September. Let's open it up and check out the contents inside. Now, one thing about this box is that it came inside of a larger box, so I don't need to cut the tape. You probably also noticed, too, that there's no ugly-looking labels anywhere on this box. We're going to open up the box, and let's see what we got from Video Games Monthly for this month. Pulling out very carefully, some bubble wrap. We can discard that to the side for the time being, but just know that's going to go into the garbage afterwards. I try to clean up this mess. It's a pigsty. Try to clean up as we go along. For starters, we have ourselves a 1-up card. Now, the 1-up cards are here to tell you 411 that in this box, you're actually getting one more game. This happens every once in a while where VideoGamesMonthly.com, I don't know why I didn't want to focus. Video Games Monthly decides for themselves, you know, this guy's been good. He's had a tough school year so far, and it's only been the second day. I'm going to throw in another video game for him. Congratulations, you've received a free game. Thank you for being a Video Games Monthly subscriber. Video Games Monthly is a monthly subscription service that delivers retro video games to gamers who own classic gaming systems from the 80s all the way to the 2000s. Visit our website for an up-to-date list of systems available, and library must be updated 7 days prior to the end of the month. One of the benefits also of Video Games Monthly is not only are you getting retro video games, but you can then also update your library with any games that you may be picking up along the ways. Say you go into an uncle's house that's getting rid of some of his old retro games. Score! You may want to then go online and update your library so that Video Games Monthly does not, in fact, deliver that to your house the next following month. Okay, I know I've talked too much about school and other things. Let's look at the first game. We have Tecmo's Star Force. Honestly, this draws a blank for me. I know Life Force with ships very similar to this, but I'm not familiar with Star Force. It is, of course, for the original Nintendo Entertainment System. And, you know, again, that's the beauty of these retro video game boxes, is that you're getting games that maybe aren't even on your radar. This battle station on an asteroid, which apparently this ship is attacking, this is on his radar. But this game may not even been on my radar. I can tell you it wasn't. So now I have a new game that I didn't even think existed. How about that? Tecmo's Star Force. I'm going to put it over here. We'll also have ourselves another card here. Win 3 free games. Post your box to social media for a chance to win 3 free games on your next box. Video Games Monthly chooses one random winner every single month. Again, the website is VideoGamesMonthly.com. It's right there. It's very easy to read. We hope you enjoy your latest box. Please update your library on the website by adding these games and any other games you may have acquired. All updates to your gaming library must be made 7 days prior to the end of the month. And there's the little video games VGM mascot. Continuing on with the rest of the games, we've got ourselves for the Super Famicom. This is Street Fighter II from 1991 to 1992. Trying to even think of where I was in school in 1991 and 1992. Would that have been grade 9? Maybe grade 9, grade 10. I know I've dated myself by saying that. Anybody probably just doing the math now realizes, hey, I didn't realize this guy was so old. Hey, did you realize this guy was so old? No, I didn't. I thought he was a lot younger. I thought he had a very young-sounding voice. No, man, this guy is totally old. I can hear you back there. So we got Street Fighter II for Super Famicom. For the Nintendo DS, we've got Lego Battles. And we've got a pirate, we've got a king, and we've got some sort of astronauts. So I guess it covers several different time frames. Lego Pirates, Castles and Space Themes Unite. There's what it looks like down below there. I haven't really played a lot of portable Lego games. I have played some on the consoles, but nothing really ever on the portable systems. Also, I think when we looked at this, the August box from Video Games VGM, I think I got myself a Lord of the Rings Lego battle. Well, actually, I've not yet tried. So I'm going to have to give that a try and now give Lego Battles a try. And of course, after this recording is done, I'm going to go onto their website and update my library. We have also included here, for Sega Genesis, the original Frogger. I loved Frogger. I played Frogger, well, I went to a very small arcade growing up. There was 2 arcades I went to. One arcade was kind of the better of the two, and it had Ninja Turtles, the arcade game, and X-Men and all the other stuff. And then there was like a smaller arcade, not in the same mall, and it had, I want to say like 4 or 5 arcades. Very little to choose from. And I remember Frogger was there, and I must have popped several quarters in there. That was when arcades were still quarters. Very cool. I'm looking forward to playing that on the Sega Genesis. Let's see what else we have in here. Oh, look at this. For the Nintendo, I keep on now thinking of Sega. For the Nintendo DS, we have Mario Party DS. A staple for me every Friday, or almost every Friday, would go to friends' house and we would play Mario parties. A whole group of us would play different Mario parties. Some would say, oh my geez, that doesn't sound like a very fun night. It was a fun night. I can still hear you whispering. And every single time there was a new Mario party, generally I was the one that was picking it up. I was always taking it over, and then we'd kind of break it all in together. Let's check out some of the games that you can play on the back here. There's throw food, draw back, your bow and fire. Blow down womps. Interesting. And there's one of the game boards right there. I have certainly not played this one. And I played, like I said, pretty much all the Mario parties. I'm trying to think of where I sort of stopped. It was probably around the GameCube time was where we stopped. We were doing other things by then. We weren't playing as many of the Mario Party titles. But, I mean, like, Super Nintendo, I think, had one. N64 and GameCube. Like, we were running the gambit of Mario parties. Let's see what else we have in here. For the Famicom, we have Dragon Ball. I'm not sure what the subtitle is below ball, or I guess on ball. Somebody could probably tell me down below, and also what maybe this is right here. But it is, of course, for the Famicom. And I love collecting the Famicom and the Super Famicom titles. Even if it's something I don't play as much, just the idea of having something like this that wouldn't normally have been in stores when I went buying video games. I think it's kind of fun to have these. This one also benefits from having a label on the top. I don't think most Famicom titles tend to have labels on the top. That's what it looks like, certainly on the back as well. Surprisingly, it's a lot heavier than the Sega Genesis title Frogger. How about that? I don't know if it's just the type of plastic. I don't think the board is that much heavier. And I think that's the last thing we got, short of one other thing. And we've got ourselves a bottle opener with VGM printed along the top. It's a metal bottle opener, something you can carry around by keychain. It's always readily handy to have a bottle opener. You generally go to parties and there's always somebody that says, anybody have a bottle opener? Anybody have a bottle opener? And you could be the one that says, sir, excuse me, I have a bottle opener. And you guys can be best friends till the end. If you guys would like to have video games delivered to your doorstep, actually, you know what? Let's move everything over back into frame here. We want to make this look polished, presentable after all. There we go. Is that good? I hope that's good. If you guys would certainly like to have video games delivered to your doorstep every single month, you can click the link down below in the video description. That will then take you over to videogamesmonthly.com. And from there, there's a couple of steps that you have to do. Choose the consoles that you'd like to have the games for. And of course, the most important would be to update your library so that if you have picked up any games or any of your older games that you still had as a kid, update your library so that you know that the next Video Games Monthly coming to your doorstep isn't going to contain any of those games. The link will be down below, again, in the video description. Certainly also, while you're down there, promoting, of course, the channel that you guys are watching the content for. If you're new, you're here, and you're realizing this, I didn't realize this guy was so old. I know, right? I always thought this guy was like in his 30s. So I'm doing the math, and when he was talking about 92, I'm doing the math. This guy's like in his 40s. Is he seriously in his 40s? I thought this guy was in his 20s. Okay, that's a little far-fetched. His raspy voice doesn't line up with a 20-year-old. But I was thinking like mid-30s. Mid-30s at the most. Okay. Late 30s. But this guy is like early 40s. This guy is so old. I can still hear you guys. Certainly keep your peepers peeled to this channel, because there will be, in fact, more videos coming your way. So thanks for watching. See you guys next time.